welcome to Pigs Peak Hotel and Casino for the final All-Africa Poker Tournament of 2009. I'm Ryan Dreyer, alongside as always, David Daddick.
Thank you very much, Ryan. We're back. It's the last tournament of 09. We're looking forward to 2010. Let's hear from our friend Neil Andrews.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's time for the November 2009 All-Africa Poker Tournament. We begin, of course, with blinds of 25 and 50. I remind everybody out there, we've got 4 hours of the rebuy period, and then, of course, we'll count up and get involved in a freeze-out tournament from Friday. So, folks, ladies and gentlemen, one and all, boys and girls, it's time to shuffle up and deal.
Thank you, Neil. Here we are, the feature table of this All-Africa Poker Tournament.
Changing down.
Thank you very much. Welcome.
Hyper-aggressive fast mode.
Right, we're at the feature table of the last tournament of 2009 and straight into the action with a 4-7 offsuit. It's the Blue Bull. Next to him, Mr. MJ Peters. And look at that, previous champion, Mr. Katsapas, shoot him dead.
Yeah, and there you got Jonathan Woolley. It's nice to see Nick back. He hasn't played all the tournaments for a while, so nice to see him back at here and trying to pick up another crown.
There we go.
Right, so as you can see, the blinds are 25 and 50. It's the very, very early stages of this tournament. There's only 75 in the middle. We have a call of Barnet for 9-5 offsuit. Well, that's a speculative hand at best. And there's another previous champion, Ryan Eber, Ryan.
Yeah, so great table we've got here first up, Dave.
Well, everybody getting in for the very cheap price of only 50 chips. You can see it's all kinds of random hands here. Everybody trying to connect to a flop. The board comes 8, Queen, Deuce. Sisu will grab the front with top pair.
So, Nick Sisu ahead. Is he going to bet it?
You're right, 200.
Checked all the way to Sisu. He's going to bet 200. Don't see very many callers here, Dave. Well, put me in a home. So Jones with ace high makes a call.
That must be Troyville poker. The board will pair the deuce. That shouldn't change too much. Sisu, I imagine, will bet this again. Yes, he bets 600.
So he bets a full pot size bet there on the turn.
Now, Troyville looks down at his hand. Wow, makes another call with just the ace in his hand. So he doesn't believe much of what Sisu's doing here, Ron.
So the pot's getting quite juicy here, Dave. It's 1800.
Well, now it's a 6 of clubs, and now Jones is staring at that board like he wants to do something. He's looking at those chips. That's usually a sign that a guy might take a stab. And he does. He bets 1,000, Ron, with absolute air. Well, now, will this get Sisu to think? But it is pretty cheap for him with his top pair.
Yeah, he's getting 3 to 1 to make the call. He only has to be one in 4 times here, Dave, for it to be a break-even call.
He's obviously worried about his kicker now. The guy called him down 3 times, but he will make the pretty cheap call. And Jones will turn over ace. Sisu will think, what the hell is going on? But he'll pick up the pot.
He doesn't look too happy about making the call there and winning the pot.
Well, very interesting hand in the first episode of the last tournament of 2009.
That's a good call.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. We're right back into the first episode of November 2009 All Africa. Ryan Eber, Nick Katsapas, previous champions at our first table, Ryan.
Yeah, David, it's shaping up to be a great tournament. We're going to have a lot of action, especially in this first rebuy period. You know how Katsapas likes to play. So it should be entertaining stuff, and we haven't got much time here in the studio, but we want to get right back to the action, so let's get right back to it.
Well, now's the best time because you're on the...
Oh, Dave, we're back here to the featured table. It's an exciting table. We've got here some couple of past champions, some loose cannons. Nick Sisu, Nick Katsapas. You got Ryan Eber, solid.
Well,
I think we're in for a treat here, Dave.
Mr. Peters, MJ Peters, just picked up ace-5 of diamonds. Now, MJ is part of quite a recognizable poker crew from Bloemfontein, Ryan, who've made a few waves on the poker circuit. One of their crew is our previous final table second place finisher, Rudolph Fourie. Glenn Losser, we've seen a lot of him in previous tournaments. He's definitely one of their crew. Eber Lottering, Dr. Eber Lottering, they call him Doc on the circuit. So, yeah, the Bloemfontein crowd are making a bit of a noise here, Ryan. But here we go, big hand here. Queen 10, pair of 3s, pair of 5s for Riley, Jack 7 of hearts for Jones. So everybody has a little look-see, and 3 queens for Nair.
So A little bit of action here for MJ. He's got the ace. He's not going to. He's going to want to find out whether somebody's got a queen, and he's going to lead out. So he's led out 600. Remember, the blinds now are 50 and 100.
Well, now Katsapas has got queens up with threes. He'll get rid of those, giving MJ at least credit for the ace. Now, Mr. Nair, how will he play these three queens?
I think it's a little bit too much acting for the first level, Dave.
Well, he's definitely considering the situation. He obviously wants to get as much value for this hand as he can, so he's just going to make the call with three queens. Jones will let go of Jack 7, and the blue bull will make a disciplined fold, letting go of the 5. So it's now heads up between MJ Peters and Nair with trips. Nair just makes 4 of a card. Now Peters will feel good about that ace. That's a very bad card for Peters, because he will now really think that at worst for him he's chopping.
Yeah, well, that's the thing about you know, when the board triple pairs like that, Dave, is that it's so much more unlikely for the other player to have the queen that Peters now is really going to believe that his aces are good. But if Nair now makes a big move all in, it's going to be a tough decision.
Right, so Nair giving Peters a little bit of a Hollywood. He eventually announces call as if I haven't got very much. He's trying to give as much of an acting show as he possibly can to Peters. I'm sure Peters still feels pretty good about his queens full of aces. The river will bring the 3.
You got the queen.
What?
The queen.
Wow. Peters has checked, Ron, and Nair has announced all in. And can you believe that? Peters has laid down the ace.
Good enough.
No, what do you think, Mike?
A very disciplined fold there from Peters, but you know, Dave, one of the biggest things that you've got to realize is that it's never worth calling a huge portion of your stack when you know at best you're chopping.
There's no showdown, you folded.
You folded, yeah, then I don't have to shoot.
So let's go to the outer tables where there's an all-in with Fourie, Winterstein and McDonald. Ace 10 for Fourie. You've got a flush draw, but he hits the ace on the river. It looks like Jack 9 of hearts is out, and Winterstein is out, and McDonald is out. So Fourie with the ace 10 is going to knock out 2 players. Right, more all in action. Ace 3 for Kramer. Khalil with Queen 9. Kramer's hit the ace. Khalil's hit the 9. Now it's Khalil that's all in. The 3 for 2 pairs, and the 2 pairs as well for Khalil, but no good. Kramer's aces and 3s will be good enough to knock out previous champion Gareth Khalil.
Shot, but I must. Do they need this?